The 12th annual Hike for Hospice Niagara takes place in Port Dalhouse and brings together a community of supporters to celebrate a life by hiking for a loved one.
Hike for Hospice is an opportunity for our community to come together, celebrate their loved ones through the walk and through the memory celebration that we have. And it's also an opportunity for the community to be educated about Hospice Niagara, the services that we provide, both in the community and at our day hospice program, in the Stabler Center where we have 10 residential beds. And it's an opportunity for us to enjoy each other for the day.
What is the Celebrate a Life ceremony?
The ceremony is where we bring our families together. We often have a family member who would like to speak on behalf of somebody that they have lost. And it's time for us to reflect. And it's time to, in our own way, grieve, but also celebrate the loss of our loved one.
So where will the hiking route be taking place?
We start at Lakeside Park here, and then we hike up to Ontario Street to the Stabler Center. There we have brief refreshments, and we hike back to Lakeside Park, and in total it's a 5K walk for us today.
Can you tell me who you are celebrating today?
We're celebrating my father, Nick Hendricks, who's spent some time with hospice near the end of his life.
So why is hospice important to you?
Well, we didn't know a lot about hospice at first, and then when my father, who, like I said, he was a pretty independent individual, he spent a lot of time near the end on his own in his own apartment and stuff, and we often tried to get him to better care, better facilities, but he wasn't necessarily too keen on doing that. But then when hospice came around, it was to the point where he really needed some more care from what he was getting, and hospice made an effort to come down. One of the nurses from there spent time with my dad, did an interview, and made him feel a lot more comfortable about maybe making the switch for him. He's always been doing things on his own, so to have someone else take care of him was pretty hard for him, but hospice did a great job of encouraging him and showing him what was involved and what he'd be experiencing once he got there. And certainly once he made the transition, he was the happiest guy, and the last 6 weeks or so that he was with us, it was fantastic that he was able to spend time, and they took such good care of him there that it was really important to us, and gave a place for us to go visit, a comfortable place. The kids really enjoyed going there, spending time with them. It was very open, in and out. Whenever you had time, stop in and spend some quality time with them. So it was a great place for him to be for the last part of his life.
Now, Sue, how did you become involved with Hospice Niagara?
I think it was back in late 1990s. A friend of mine had heard about it and had become a member. And she bugged me and said, "Oh, you really got to come. This is such a great organization." So I finally went, and I haven't missed a day since. It's just marvelous.
What do you find the most rewarding experience of today?
My dear friend, Pat Hundermark, was the co-founder of Hospice, and she died. If it weren't for her, I don't think this place would be here. Not in the form it's in, and with the love and what goes on here. And then sadly, her husband just passed away yesterday, and so it's a bittersweet day for me. But we're thankful for all the walkers, and we're just, whenever they come up, we say, have an orange, have a cookie, and thank you so much for what you're doing for hospice.
100% of the proceeds from this hike go to support our community programs. So we have the 10-bed Stabler Center, and we also have community programs that help people to make the choice to stay at home as long as they can, and hopefully die at home with support from a doctor, from a palliative care nurse, and also from a team of professionals to help the family anticipate their grieving and also cope with their grieving after the death.
This 5K hike has brought together over 400 participants to celebrate life with family, friends, and supporters. If you'd like to find out more information, visit hospiceniagara.ca. Reporting for The Source, I'm Vanessa Verworn.